Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The baseball world woke up to absolute chaos this morning as rumors exploded out of Los Angeles that the Dodgers have pulled off one of the most shocking moves of the offseason, acquiring Zack Wheeler in a blockbuster trade that no one saw coming. Sources close to the situation are saying this deal came together almost overnight, with both sides moving quickly once the Phillies signaled they might be open to moving their ace for the right package. The Dodgers, already stacked with talent, clearly aren't satisfied with just being competitive. They're going all in for another World Series run. And let's be honest, when you add a guy like Wheeler to a rotation that already features arms like Buehler and Yamamoto, it sends a message to the entire league. LA isn't playing around. This isn't about rebuilding or developing. This is about domination. The timing is interesting too, coming right after reports that the front office was frustrated by last year's playoff exit. Fans are buzzing, players are texting each other, and even rival executives are apparently stunned. Zack Wheeler in Dodger Blue? That's a headline you never expect to see until it's staring you right in the face. What's wild about this whole thing is how stealthy the Dodgers were. No leaks, no whispers, nothing. Usually, a deal of this magnitude would have had insiders dropping hints for weeks, but this one hit out of nowhere like a thunderclap. People are trying to piece together what exactly LA gave up to get Wheeler, because you don't land a pitcher of his caliber without paying a heavy price. Some insiders are suggesting that top prospects were involved. Maybe even one of their young outfielders who had a breakout season in AAA. But here's the thing. The Dodgers don't care about the future right now. Their eyes are locked on that championship trophy. And with Wheeler under contract for multiple years, this isn't a short-term rental. It's a calculated strike by one of the smartest front offices in baseball. They've seen teams like Atlanta and Houston dominate with pitching depth, and now they want to reclaim that identity. Fans are already imagining October. The bright lights, the roar of the crowd, and Wheeler carving up hitters under the LA night sky. And let's talk about Zack Wheeler himself for a second. The man has been one of the most consistent and intimidating starters in the game over the last few years. Power fastball, nasty slider, pinpoint command, he's the complete package. The Dodgers have a reputation for getting the most out of their pitchers, and Wheeler joining their system is like handing a Ferrari to Formula One engineers. The combination of talent, analytics, and coaching in LA could push Wheeler to a whole new level. Plus, think about the mental boost this gives the entire clubhouse. When a front office goes out and gets a guy like this, it tells every player in that locker room, we believe this is our year. You can almost feel the surge of confidence running through the team. The hitters know they won't have to score 10 runs every night. The pitchers know they've got another ace beside them. It's the kind of move that changes everything. The energy, the belief, even the swagger. LA baseball just got a lot more dangerous. From a broader perspective, this trade completely shakes up the balance of power in the National League. The Phillies lose a frontline starter, which could hurt their rotation depth heading into next season, while the Dodgers just solidified themselves as the clear favorite. Rival teams are scrambling, trying to figure out how to adjust. You can already imagine meetings happening in Atlanta, San Diego, and New York, front offices asking themselves, how do we compete with that rotation? That's what the Dodgers do best. They force everyone else to react. They set the standard, then raise it again. And Wheeler isn't just any addition. He's the kind of player who thrives under pressure, who wants the ball in the biggest moments. You pair that with the offensive firepower LA already has, and it's borderline unfair. Baseball purists might complain that the Dodgers are buying success, but the truth is they're just executing better than everyone else. They see an opening, they make a move, and they never hesitate. But the intrigue doesn't stop there because apparently this might not even be the Dodgers' final move. Reports are circulating that the front office is still looking to add bullpen depth and maybe even another bat before spring training. If that's true, the rest of the league should be terrified. Wheeler might just be the first domino. Imagine a rotation featuring Wheeler, Buehler, Yamamoto, and Glasnow. That's video game stuff. It's the kind of firepower that can steamroll through a postseason. And don't forget the Dodgers' offense. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, they're already elite. The combination of veteran experience and raw talent makes this team a juggernaut. Fans in LA are losing their minds right now, and social media is melting down with reactions. Some people are calling it a masterclass in front office strategy. Others are saying it's unfair to the rest of baseball. Either way, one thing's certain, the Dodgers just changed the game again. Of course, there are questions about how Wheeler will adapt to the Hollywood spotlight. Philadelphia is a passionate city, but LA is a different world entirely. Bigger stage, brighter lights, and endless expectations. The Dodgers fan base demands excellence, and anything short of a championship will be seen as a disappointment. Wheeler is a pro, though. He's calm, composed, and built for the moment. That's why LA targeted him. They wanted someone who could handle the pressure and still dominate. Plus, there's a quiet confidence about this move. The Dodgers aren't making noise just to make headlines. They believe this is the final piece. The chemistry in that clubhouse is strong, and Wheeler's personality seems like it'll fit right in. No ego, no drama, just business. If everything clicks, this could go down as one of the greatest trades in modern Dodgers history. And make no mistake, the rest of MLB just felt the tremor. Something big is happening in Los Angeles, and the league better be ready. The rumors are only getting louder, and now insiders are whispering that this deal might have been in the works longer than anyone realized. Apparently, the Dodgers and Phillies started talking weeks ago, keeping everything under tight wraps to avoid leaks. The move was so secretive that even some members of the Dodgers staff were reportedly blindsided when the news broke. That level of stealth shows just how calculated LA's front office is. They operate like a chess grandmaster, thinking 5 moves ahead while everyone else is still reacting to the last pitch. And now that the trade is official, fans are starting to connect the dots. It explains why the Dodgers passed on several other free agent pitchers this offseason. They were saving their chips for Wheeler. It's the ultimate example of patience paying off. The team didn't rush, didn't panic, just waited for the perfect opportunity to strike. That's championship-level strategy right there. Now, the big question everyone's asking, what did it cost? Rumors are swirling that the Dodgers gave up 2 top 10 prospects and maybe even 1 MLB-ready infielder to get Wheeler. That's a steep price, no doubt, but the Dodgers have one of the deepest farm systems in baseball. They can afford to make moves like this without crippling their future. Plus, when your goal is to win right now, you make those sacrifices. It's what separates contenders from pretenders. Wheeler isn't just a rental. He's under contract, meaning LA gets multiple seasons of elite pitching. And for a team with a massive payroll and even bigger ambitions, that's worth every penny and every prospect. Fans might be sad to see some young names go, but when October rolls around and Wheeler's mowing down hitters, no one will be complaining. It's a high-risk, high-reward play, and the Dodgers have never been afraid to take that gamble. Another layer to this story is how this move impacts team chemistry and leadership. Wheeler brings veteran presence, discipline, and a relentless work ethic that could rub off on the younger pitchers. Imagine the bullpen sessions, the film studies, the quiet one-on-one talks with guys still finding their footing. That's where his influence will be felt the most. The Dodgers already have leaders in Betts and Freeman, but adding another strong voice who leads by example only strengthens that core. And let's not underestimate how much this changes the psychological landscape of the team. Every time Wheeler takes the mound, it sends a signal. We're here to win, and we expect to dominate. That mindset is contagious. It lifts everyone's level of play. The front office didn't just trade for a pitcher. They traded for a statement of intent. This is about setting the tone for the entire organization moving forward. Meanwhile, around the league, the ripple effects are already visible. Teams that were planning to compete with the Dodgers in the postseason are now reassessing their rosters. The Braves, Mets, and Padres are suddenly facing a much taller mountain to climb. Even the Yankees are reportedly monitoring the situation, wondering if they'll need to counter with a big move of their own. Baseball is all about momentum, and right now, the Dodgers have seized it. The city of Los Angeles is buzzing with excitement. The fans can feel it, and every sports show in America is leading with this story. It's that big. Zack Wheeler isn't just changing teams. He's changing the entire conversation about who owns the National League. When you combine star power, strategy, and swagger, you get exactly what's happening in LA right now. A full-blown baseball revolution. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. The cultural impact of Pete Alonso's rumored signing with the Dodgers has generated discussions that span beyond performance metrics, statistics, and win-loss projections, extending into the realms of fan engagement, media narratives, and marketing potential. Rumors suggest that the franchise sees Alonso as more than a player. He is a brand, a symbol of power, charisma, and competitive excellence that can energize the fan base and attract attention on multiple levels. Analysts speculate that his presence could influence ticket sales, merchandise revenue, social media interaction, and broadcast ratings, creating an ecosystem where his performance on the field resonates through economic and cultural channels. Fans are already envisioning memorable moments, dramatic home runs, and a series of highlight reel plays that cement Alonso as a defining figure in the Dodgers' modern era. Meanwhile, speculation extends into the psychological domain, with opposing pitchers and teams adjusting their approach to account for a hitter whose reputation alone commands attention and respect. This creates a layered narrative in which Alonso's influence operates both on tangible performance metrics and in more intangible realms of team morale, media attention, and fan imagination. The rumor, whether fully confirmed or not, has already altered conversations, set expectations, and transformed perceptions of the Dodgers' trajectory, underscoring how a single player can become the focal point of speculation, excitement, and storytelling that dominates the baseball landscape long before the first pitch is thrown. Experts and insiders continue to dissect the rumored agreement, considering every nuance of what Pete Alonso's presence could mean for the Dodgers' strategic outlook, team culture, and competitive positioning. Sources suggest that planning has been meticulous, with simulations, matchup analyses, and strategic forecasts being updated continuously to reflect the potential integration of a superstar of Alonso's caliber. The whispers indicate that every aspect, from batting order to clubhouse chemistry, has been examined, highlighting the seriousness with which the franchise approaches such a monumental acquisition. Meanwhile, fans are fully immersed in speculation, imagining scenarios where Alonso's power, consistency, and presence redefine games, series, and even playoff outcomes, fueling a sense of anticipation that borders on frenzy. Sports commentators and analysts amplify the discussion, evaluating projected stats, historical comparisons, and the broader implications for divisional dynamics, creating a layered narrative in which rumor and analysis merge seamlessly. The story is taken on a life of its own, captivating audiences across platforms, provoking debates, and inspiring endless predictions, all anchored in the magnetic allure of Alonso as both a player and a cultural figure. In the end, whether the rumor becomes reality or remains in the realm of speculation, it has already reshaped expectations, conversations, and the very lens through which baseball fans and professionals view the evolving landscape of the sport. As the baseball community continues to absorb the implications of Pete Alonso's rumored move to the Los Angeles Dodgers, anticipation reaches a fever pitch, leaving fans, analysts, and insiders alike eagerly parsing each new report. The narrative has evolved into a multifaceted spectacle, encompassing statistical projections, strategic planning, media narratives, and cultural significance, with Alonso's potential arrival serving as the linchpin for a story that promises drama, excitement, and historic moments. Rumors indicate that the Dodgers are poised to capitalize on both the tangible and intangible benefits of integrating a superstar, creating a feedback loop in which performance expectations, fan engagement, and media coverage amplify one another. Analysts speculate that the move could trigger shifts in trade strategies, lineup experimentation, and even managerial decision-making, reflecting the profound impact a player of Alonso's stature can exert on a franchise. Meanwhile, fans engage in vivid speculation, imagining walk-off home runs, playoff heroics, and a transformation of the Dodgers into an even more dominant force in the National League, with every at-bat generating waves of conversation and excitement. The cultural and psychological dimensions of the rumor are equally compelling, as Alonso's presence promises to influence not only opponents but also teammates, media coverage, and fan perception, creating a story that transcends ordinary transactions to become a defining narrative in modern baseball, one that will be debated, celebrated, and remembered long after the ink is dry and the first pitch is thrown. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.